inside. My heart is dancing like a wild machine. All that even matters is how close we sleep tonight. Baby, I will do this in your orbit, feet off the ground. Yeah, baby, I will do this in your orbit, your orbit. Baby, give me magic, baby, give me magic. Baby, we could fly high, baby, we could fly high. Baby, give me magic, baby, give me, baby, we could fly high. Baby, give me magic, baby, we could go there. Baby, we could fly high, baby, we could fly high. Baby, give me magic, baby, give me, baby, we could fly high, we could fly high. Hey, 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 everyone. How's it going? I'm taking off my mask. Welcome to the stream. How is everyone today? Hey, 343. What's up? Hey, Silvano. Hey, Benny. How are you? Great to see everyone. I'm Merrily James. We're 343 Labs offering lessons, New York, Berlin, online, all over the place. Simple Sam, I think we are going to be better today. Thank you for going on this journey, though. It is always a journey when streaming, and I certainly appreciate all the help from everyone last week. All right, cool. So today I want to talk about drums, all about drums, just some really simple ways to take a simple beat and turn it into something interesting and unique and creative. And I want to show you 3 things that you can do in 10 minutes that will make your drum beat come alive, as it were. So definitely let me know if you're following along in the chat, if you try anything. Hey, Ad from Germany, how's it going? What time is it in Germany right now? You guys 5 hours ahead of New York? Oh, thanks so much. Ad, you are too kind. Yeah, I think you guys are, I'm at the power station in New York. It's 1 here. So is it like 6 for you guys? Hey, Max. Max, our fearless leader. I saw Max in New York on Friday. We had a beer at lunch. It was very naughty. All right, cool. Let's dive in, you guys, to my Abletons. Okay, here we are. So I prepared a few things, but a lot of this can totally be done. You could make a rock beat right now, and this will, you can do it in 10 minutes. So the first thing I wanted to talk about is just not limiting yourself to start a drum beat. If you're jamming out for 10 minutes, not limiting yourself to starting at the beginning of that, of a bar. So sometimes we can find a really cool beat that starts like in the middle of the bar. This is something that I was working on, and it actually previously sort of started here, and then I messed around with it some more and dragged it out. But this is just a little chunk of something I was working on, and it was all, kind of all over the place. And I found these 2 bars that I liked, and it's not something I normally would have come up with if I was just drawing in notes, and it was very much just from kind of like jamming out with this drum kit. So let's take a listen to this. Simple Sam, when does Max not get drunk? No, I'm just kidding. He was very responsible. Okay, so the things that are different about this than what I normally would have maybe just thought to draw in is the hi-hats are very stuttery. So we have like 2 hi-hats here on the 1 and the and, if I'm on my 16th note grid. Then we have 1 on the E, then the 1 E and the So we can shift tab to get into our device and just solo that. Oh, let me turn this off. Oops, I got the wrong hi-hat, you guys. And then we can add everything else back in. And then I have some instrumental elements. Okay, so that's just sort of to start out with, not maybe surprising yourself at what you come up with when you're just jamming out and programming. Then next, I am a huge fan of doing some envelope automation on drums. I have so much fun going over here and into my envelopes and starting to just mess around with things. Do we have any other amazing automators in the crowd? Let me know what your favorite thing to automate with is. We are also, this leads me perfectly into, oh, thanks, Max. Thanks. I made those pads just for you. Yeah, we have a little altar boy giveaway today. I am very obsessed with sound toys. You can obviously see in Ableton, I have a whole favorites menu of sound toys. They're just the best. I use little altar boy all the time to do vocal chops live and make my voice go down an octave. It's just really fun. I also am using Decapitator on this session. That's another Sound Toys one. But let's get back to this. So In this move up kit, again, we can do Shift Tab to get to the kit itself. And we can see that it already has over here some parameters that it's put on the kit. So we can either use these or we can bring in our own automation. So let's start by using what the kit has suggested for us. So first you could just, before you draw in automation, I think it's nice to just play around and see what you like. So let's mess around with some of these. I'm going to turn the pad off for a second. So I think the delay is a cool vibe, unless anyone wants to vote differently. I'm not going to do the flute pitch because we're not using the flute. Any effect that you guys say automate, if I have it, we'll put it on. Ooh, Max, automating open hat decays is always nice. Let's go. And Silvano, you like drawing them out. Totally. I draw beats out all the time. Just know what I want and go for it. Cool. All right, I'm gonna go back. Yeah, we're not in classic mode today. Okay, so let's get this decay going. So what I'm kind of envisioning is that it will just come on for like no more than one beat. So when you're here, an easy way to get to the parameter you want to automate is just to make sure it's clicked. When you're here, you can also select it. So we see, oh my gosh, there's all these like this huge list. Don't get stressed out by this list. All it is saying is this is our kit, our move up kit. This is if we want to put an effect. And for anyone who maybe doesn't know about automation yet, all you're doing is saying like, I want this thing to happen for only a little bit of the song, and then I'm going to take it away. So it's used for all sorts of things, for volume, reverb, delay, kind of everything. I think it's what applying automation to every track is what makes your track really like live and breathe and come alive. And especially when we're doing all programmed material and we don't maybe have a live instrument in there, it's really nice to get some human sort of movement going. Okay, so I see that I'm automating my whole move up kit. I could just automate one element of it, but right now I'm gonna just try doing the whole kit, and I see that I have delay selected. Always make sure you're automating what you want to be automating. So I'm gonna draw it in, and I'm just gonna like really bring it up here. So let's see how this sounds. And we can just go over here and check. We see the delay moving up. So I'm kind of into that. Maybe even more. Vibey. Okay, let's try doing a third-party automation. Does anyone have any? Let me check our chat. Does anyone have any requests? Or else I'll do. Yeah, you can do. Yeah, for sure. Adnan. Am I saying your name right? Yeah, modulation over automation. Yeah, I really I kind of like doing this in envelopes, but yeah, you have to just decide your best creative mode. Okay, so let's go back to the kit. So I'm gonna try doing a third party. So here's Filter Freak, another Sound Toys. And this is just a really nice filter. So let's just mess around with it and mess around with the frequency, see what we like. This is kind of a cool one to use in an intro if you want to kind of have the first beat of the section explode. You can do a nice filter into it. So Shift Tab gets me back here. And I have, since I was clicking on frequency, it's selected for me. With third parties, that's always a helpful thing to do to get it to show up. And the one important thing to note is I don't have Move Up Kit selected anymore because this is not within, this isn't within that kit. This is like something that I've just decided to add. So I need to go all the way down here to Filter Freak to say I'm changing this. And I'm changing the frequency. Cool. I like this new feature where you can select and right click and insert a shape. So we can do all sorts of fun things. I am not very good at any sort of drawing. Let's see how this one sounds. It's kind of cool. And then we'll add in our pad. Okay, cool. So I probably would, if I was going to record it into session view, I would probably not have it cycle back with that filter every single time because it's kind of a like dramatic move that takes you out of the momentum. But I like it for an intro idea. Just checking in on everyone here. Cool. So then what you can also do is use some return tracks. I have been really liking using Decapitator as a return track. So that's another Sound Toys. I'm all about the Sound Toys today. That's another Sound Toys plugin, and this is, I think I probably use this out of any Sound Toys plugin. I use this the most. So I'll put the draw, and this is going to give us like a more sort of like saturated sound. So because it's on a return track, I'm going to have the wet all the way up. And I'll turn this off for now. Let's just see what it sounds like to start sending to that B track. Here's it with nothing. I'm in a bold mood today. I think we're just going to keep it all the way up there. Okay, cool. So that's one fun way to make a beat. So kind of jam out for however long you want to. And then just see if you can find 1 or 2 bars that you really like from that, even if it's not starting on beat 1. I did actually quantize this a little bit when I went in. I think I quantized it to about, let's see. So Command-Shift-U takes you into quantization. So I quantized this 74%. Give myself a little help there. And then using envelope automation, starting with what is maybe native to the drum kit, and you can see after the fact what is automated. So sometimes if you're experiencing something is weird is happening on your track, like if volume is dropping out in one section of the song, or just something you don't want to be having happen, if you go to your automation, like click A, go to automation, making sure, by the way, that you are not on your piano thingy up here. Up here, this turns your keyboard into a piano keyboard, which is awesome. It turns your computer keyboard. So if you're trying to work on the fly, it's a great thing. But it also makes it so you cannot push A to get into automation mode and do your shortcuts. So anyways, yeah, getting into A and then going and seeing anything with a red dot next to it has been automated. So I can see that happened on the kit, that happened on the Filter Freak. So sometimes something just somehow got automatically automated, and it needs to be deleted. So always a good thing to check. Okay, cool. Let's keep moving on. This next thing I want to show you guys is really cool. It's this thing called 3 + 3 + 2, or I was calling it Tressolo when I saw Max, and he was like, no, it's Tresillo. So if you're fancy like Max, it's Tresillo. But I just call it like Tressolo. Tech funk, I know. Yeah, weird things never happen. No troubleshooting ever to have to deal with. No, just weird, bizarre problems that can't be explained. That's never happened to me. Except it does all the time. Okay, so this is a technique wherein it's very simple. You, on some rhythmic element, it doesn't have to be drums. I'm using drums in this case, but definitely doesn't have to be. You do 1, 2, 3. So you have, didn't mean to do that. You have 1, 2, 3. So by the way, we're looking at the clap right now. 1, 2, 3. Then another 1, 2, 3. Then 2, 1, 2. And so let's just actually loop this for a sec. And I'm gonna Shift Tab, get to my device, and I'm gonna find my clap. Except I'm playing the wrong kit, just like Ted Funk was saying. Nothing crazy ever happens to me. Okay, wow, that is a loud crash. Okay, so here's the clap by itself. And I just really like this because it can add some syncopation. Even if you do it on like just an extra hi-hat that sits in the back or a clap, like in this case, I find that it can just very quickly give you kind of just some more groove in your beat. Makes your beat cooler. So again, the way I did this was 1, 2, 3. Right now I'm on a 16th note grid. Then another 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2. Okay, so let's mute it. Let's take the clap out, and then hear it with and without that clap. Oh my gosh, this crash is still so loud. Okay, and now with that syncopation. Okay, so next what I would do is some velocity changes. Because if I click my hand clap, and I can get all of them highlighted by clicking on the key itself, they're all at the exact same velocity. And if we think about a drummer playing drums, what a concept. They're not like just robots hitting everything at the same velocity. So even though I'm not really a drummer, I try to just imagine myself, like if I was to clap this, da, do, ba, 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 ba. The first one is definitely the loudest. The second one, ba, 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 is the quietest. And the third one is like a little louder than that. So multiple ways to go about this. You could copy and paste, but I'm just going to hold down Shift and and grab the second one, trying not to lose my place here, and bring it down, and then grab the third ones and bring those like a little bit. Oops. Let me get these and then I'll get that last one. Okay, cool. So that gives us a cool vibe. How we feeling about that? Anyone ever already do this and like it? Simple Sam, I will do max imitations whenever. What's up, Mark? We are all in need of coffee. Mark, you did not miss the chord portion. We're mainly talking about drums, but it's not really fun to listen to drums without any chords. So we're putting them in. Okay, speaking of which, let's put some different drums in. Let's see. Let's turn the drum check on. That's always helpful. Okay, sweet. So let me know, you guys, as we go. Let me know if you want me to change anything or automate anything. Sky's the limit. Let's check it out without the clap. So clap here is muted, which you can do by clicking this and then just clicking using your shortcut of 0, which then makes all these velocities black. So here it is with a kick drum. doing the same pattern. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, and so on and so forth. Okay, then we'll add in, let's see, we'll keep switching it up. Okay, so that's with it on every single kick. It like never changes that pattern. I like it, but in my opinion, it's a bit monotonous and could be more interesting. Hey, Mystic Moth, what's going on? Good to have you here. So let's check out if we just mute some of those kicks. And then also I added in one little kind of ghost kick here. So all these ones, it's like literally what you just heard, but this one is muted, this one is muted, and this one is a ghost note. And a ghost note is just a very, very quiet, kind of like grace note for drums, like ta-ta, ta-ta. And we're going to talk about those in a minute. Here this is. The hi-hats are also quite loud. And let's just solo the kick for a sec. Okay, and then with everything in, and we'll put a okay, cool. So that's one way you can handle that. And then one more way to keep having fun with this 3-2-3 thing is to extend the threes. So like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And then we sort of have a whole bar to reset. And then we go back into what we had before, which is with one of the notes muted here. So here's how this sounded. Sounds is the word I'm looking for. Okay, so that is 3 + 3 + 2. Super simple concept. And once you have it in on any instrument, you can start muting stuff, extending stuff. But if you're looking for like a little extra syncopation, but you don't want to completely change up your whole beat, it's cool to just do this on one instrument or add an instrument. Let's see, how are we doing, guys? Let's do a little check-in, a little halfway point check-in. Let's see, who we got? Silvano, I love what you're saying. A little variation in the hi-hats could pump it up. Let's go. These kicks double speed sound like Jersey club music. That's what Mark, that is what I'm here for, is to give you the Jersey club music of your dreams. Simple Sam, you at Ableton should do, make it so you can solo from the piano roll. Yes. Simple Sam, get that over to Ableton ASAP. Please. Okay, so let's see. Silvano is saying, let's get those hi-hats varied up, girlfriend. Like, these hi-hats are not happening. Who? Hey, Adrian. Thanks for being here. How are you? What time is it in India? I don't know. I'm always so curious, like, what time. Is it basically, it's either coffee time or wine time. And, like, you try to have water in between. But, like, they just roll right into the next. And maybe there's, like, some sleep happening in between. Silvano, do you ever get down with Groove Pool? Let's check out some hi-hats in Groove. Who uses Groove Pool? Does anyone not know what Groove Pool is? Speaking of water, 11 p.m. Adrian, it's wine time for you. I just got this new water bottle. It's like a $60 water bottle, which is ridiculous. But it syncs to an app in your phone and tells you how much water you've drank. And I just always forget to drink water. And I'm like, oh, why am I feeling like I'm going to faint and like I'm crazy? And this is just, I think I love a challenge and an emoji trophy. Like if an app is giving me an emoji trophy, even if it's literally for drinking water, gosh darn it, I'm going to drink that water. Mark Morgan, I feel ya. You guys ever had an espresso martini is my jam. Gets both of those in there. Okay, enough about that, everyone. Let's get back to work. Okay, so Groove Pool is so first, Silvano, you can guide this, but first of all, I definitely agree. We could just change it up a little bit by simply deactivating. Let me take that off for a sec. Might be a little bit much, but that's one way to do it. I probably would do it in a bit more of a pattern. But I also love just trying out Groove Pool. So you can turn this wavy thing on, and Groove Pool takes like human rhythms, because swing is, I think sometimes we think of swing as like jazz music. I go out walking after midnight, you know. But swing is like such a spectrum, and a lot of times we talk about playing in the crack, meaning like it's between straight and swing, and that's where a lot of the like the groove and pocket comes in with music. So much of what you hear has some element of swing applied to it. So you can get grooves from here, or you can go to your packs and you can get where am I? Core library grooves. I kind of like these ones better personally. Let me know if you guys have one you really like in the grooves up here. But my go-to is this. So it's kind of a process to get to it, but it's grooves, then swing, then basic, and then I have my grid set to 16th notes. So I'm going to find something that is in the 16th note vibe. Oh, that's eights. Here we go. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a. Let's try this one. So I'm going to drag it down to my groove pool, and then make sure that I select it here, and let's check it out. So up here on my timing, this is sort of like your wet dry knob for your groove, and I might back off a little bit. Now I also pulled these hi-hats back before, because that's another cool thing you can do, is just manually shift things. And most times you want to shift it back. Not always. There's some styles where it's like right on the beat or right even in front of the beat. But a quick way to sort of like, if you don't have a lot of time to get your hi-hats really happening, is just move them ever so slightly. But because I'm using Groove Pool, that's going to do some of that for me. And I think it's actually going to sound much better if I move them forward. What do you guys think? Are you vibing the Groove Pool? How do we feel? Yeah, Groove Pool is a powerful tool. And gamify your life. That's what I'm talking about. All right, Silvano, how did I do? Are we feeling better about the hi-hats? Oh, Mark, that's a really good question. If timing is like the wet dry, what does the quantize do? If it was not quantized, like if I had just played that groove in, that would be how much it quantized it. Since I had drawn this in, there was nothing to really quantize, but that's what that would do. Yeah, very good question. Okay, let's get back into it. Silvana, you let me know. You hold me accountable to those hi-hats. Okay, sweet. Let's check out ghost notes. So I was sort of talking earlier about what is a ghost note. Let's check out this very, very basic rock groove here that has no ghost notes, no nothing, no hi-hat velocity, just straight up rock groove. And let's make sure we can hear it. I'm in a very like synth pop mood today. Okay, so that's fine. It's not super, particularly interesting. So if you want to give it more of like a human vibe, adding some ghost notes on the snare, I mean, you can do it on any part of your drum kit, but I'm kind of a fan of doing it on the snare, would sound like this. Let me turn this off for now. So I'll solo the snare. So the key thing is to bring down the velocities, because if I had them up here, it would just sort of sound like a marching band. So these are 16th notes, and then I put these 30-second notes in at the very end. One fun thing to do with the 30-second notes is to push them even further. So let me get back into my 30-second note grid. out of triplet grid. You can do that by right-clicking or doing Command 3. So they're like way behind the beat. It's kind of like a drummer move. So let's hear it with our, how are we feeling about the funk roads, guys? Let's put it on again. Let's also unsolo just the snare. So I am a huge fan of those ghost notes. I think it makes such a big difference. But what I'm also feeling on this is that it's really missing velocity adjustments in the hi-hat, especially. So we used groove pull on the last one. Let's try drawing it in on this one. So again, I would think about if I'm a drummer and these are eighth note hi-hats, and we can see that if we shorten our grid, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So I'm going to try, so I'm thinking, what? The second one definitely should be quieter. So I'm going to grab all of these. I'm holding down Shift. And let's hear that. Okay, and now I'm just going to randomize it a little bit more. Well, I'm not really randomizing it. I'm thinking about what I'm doing. And then I'm going to do that manual shift where I pull everything back just a hair. Like it's so small. But here's how this will sound now. And same thing with my kicks. Like a drummer would not play, unless it's a robot drummer. They're not going to go like da, da, da. They'd probably go da, 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 da. So this one, this pickup should be quieter. Cool. So I'm feeling pretty good about that. How are you guys feeling about it? What else should we do to it is the question. What do we want to automate? This is the piece de resistance. That saying took me so long to learn how to say that I try to say it at least once every day. Let's see. Thanks, Sam. Thanks for the words of affirmation, like an old samba. Hey, Abe. What up, Abe? Reminds me, Bishop. I was trying to be so serious and music-y. I'm gonna have to really get my game on for you guys next week. Avon, moving some more elements off the grid. Yeah, what do you think? Like just all of them? Or a certain instrument? I totally agree with you. And what about anything you guys think we should automate in the envelopes? I got all the sound toys. Got all the isotope. You just let me know. Yeah, it's okay, here's how I remember it. Peace, like a peace sign. Peace, duh. I don't actually have a very good way of remembering it. Peace de resistance. Peace de resistance. Is that simple, Sam? Is that actually how it's spelled? Because that would blow my mind. And Mark Morgan, oh yeah, let's do it. Okay. All righty. So I'm going to use Groove Pool first before moving stuff around, because Groove Pool is really going to affect how it sounds. What a technical way to say that. So let's get in. I'm also going to get out of swing, because this is kind of not what I had in mind. So let's see. I'm looking for something with 8 notes. This could be kind of cool. So every instrument matters, but every instrument on the drums, but the hi-hats are really setting that feel. So and a lot of times people are like, my groove pool isn't working, and it's so easy to forget to select it down here. So just remember that. Let's check it out with this. Nice. I actually like it all the way up. Okay, now I'm gonna move these back on. And the thing I'm hearing the most is that it'd be nice for these snares to be a little bit behind the beat. They're very like jumpy, right on the beat right now. And we can always add, there's the sort of like 2-4-8 rule where something changes every 2 bars, something changes every 4 bars, and something changes every 8 bars. So we could just, add something here to give us ever so slightly different vibe. Oh. Okay, and now let's see if there's something fun we could automate on this. I'm going to Shift Tab. And let's check out what they've given us on here. So I'll play around with them. This I like, but I don't think it's the best for automating. So why don't we try giving the, let's do like a little reverb here. And maybe what I'll do actually is just the snare. Okay, so I want to be very sure what snare I'm automating. This is snare dry session. It's, piece de resistance and automation are the 2 biggest words I'm going to say today. Piece de resistance automation. Piece de resistance automation. Okay. Reverb. So now I kind of got off of it, so I'm going to just find it on here. I literally have to sing the alphabet. L, M, N, O, P, Q, R. You guys, where's reverb? Where did it go? Okay, there we go. Okay, so let's just try doing it here. And I'll do my fun little shape again, actually. So I'm just control clicking. Let's try putting it on the whole thing. Okay, that's okay, but I want more. I want something more. Let me check the chat, see if anyone has any ideas. Something more. Piece. Oh, we finally know how to spell piece de resistance. Change the bass to eighth and move the quantize up slowly and see what happens on the groove. Ooh, Max, I didn't think of that. Let's do that too. Okay, so what you're saying is change. Ah, okay, cool. Yeah. Whoa. Well, that's interesting. I'm actually kind of digging this being so loose. See, that's why Max is in charge, because he has all the best ideas. Okay, let's try one more automation before we get out of here. So hard to decide. Let's try Echo Boy. So I'm dragging it here. And let's just see what we think. Okay, that's very intense, obviously. So let's just use a little bit of it at the end. I'm going to put this all the way at 0. Cool. And then I would do, we're not really doing the chords right now, but I would do all the same stuff on these chords. All right, so there you have it, guys. Checking out velocities, 3 + 3 + 2, ghost notes, envelope automation. And while we're here, let's do a little demo of the plugin giveaway because I love Little Altar Boy. So this is it. Wait, I'm passing it. Here it is. Oh no, I'm getting the spinning wheel of death. Okay, there we go. So Little Altar Boy is cool. Wow. Okay. So let's turn that off for now. So how I usually use it is to take my voice down an octave. Little Altar Boy is cool. 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 Little Altar Boy is cool.
Little altar boy is cool. Little altar boy is cool. Little altar boy is cool. Little altar boy is cool. So guys, you too can have little altar boy in your arsenal of plugins.
All right. How'd we do? How's everyone feeling? Hey, mod scientist. Thanks so much for being here. Simple Sam, thanks so much. And Simple Sam, thanks for getting us through. We didn't have as many tech issues today, thank God. Will Joseph, that's going to be a whole stream, is just ways to use the cowbell. Silvano, you always come through with the best ideas. Next time, we will compress the whole drum set. Yeah, thanks so much, guys. Again, we are 343 and offering lessons and good times in music, Berlin, New York, online. And we're doing this every day. So tomorrow, tune in for another great call-in show. Hey, Nate, thanks so much for being here. And I hope I'll see you guys in 1 week for some more talk about production. And thanks so much for being here. So tune in tomorrow. See you guys soon. And make sure you get your little altar boy.